your notes. A famous author named Bill Mayer said, "Freedom isn't free. It shouldn't be a bragging point that, oh, I don't get involved in politics, as if that makes you somehow cleaner. No, that makes you the derelict in a republic. Liars and panderers in government would have a much harder time of it if so many people didn't insist on their right to remain ignorant and blindly agreeable." Mayer is saying that the government has become filled with people that are ignorant, and they think that they can say and do whatever, and they expect the American people to follow blindly, quieting our voices. The reason behind this is because Americans do not want to pay attention to the real issues going on. Citizens of the modern day have lost sight of what is important, the importance of being informed. Today, I would like to talk about the value of civic duties and obligations, specifically the value of citizenship. Citizenship is important because it allows people to be a gadfly, well educated about issues in the community, and never step down from a challenge. First, being an active, questioning citizen is defined as being a gadfly. Gadfly is a Greek term that Socrates used to describe people that are persistent to looking for answers. The gadfly effect is a crucial step toward being an informed citizen because it allows Americans to seek the truth. In fact, Socrates would push the boundaries of democracy by standing up to the corrupt politicians in Athens, Greece, and he would challenge them until they would break down and confess. This was shown in the Apology of Socrates chapter of his biography written by one of his students, Plato. The last days of Socrates, Plato recorded Socrates saying, "I demand that the man answers, instead of making one protest after another." This shows that Socrates seeked truth by interrogating private citizens of Athens until they would break down and ultimately speak their truth. This ties back to the gadfly effect relating to citizenship, because there are people always asking questions and trying to seek out the truth, demonstrated through exposing government corruption and practicing the First Amendment right, freedom of speech, in our daily news. Next, as a college student, we are here to all educate ourselves at a higher level. Well, being a well-educated citizen that is informed on the current issues that are occurring in the world is good, because it is crucial to always know what is going on in our country by reading, listening, or watching the news, both local and global. This is especially crucial as young voters. As young voters, we are the future of our country. Young voters need to be informed so they can make well-educated decisions when it comes to the voting process. Unfortunately, this has not been the case since the passage of the 18th Amendment, allowing 18-year-olds, young adults, the right to vote. Making young voters the impact of pre-registration on youth turnout, John B. Holbein and D. Sunshine Hilligus said, "There has been a persistent age gap in voter turnout. In 1972, 50% of 18 to 24-year-olds voted compared to 70% of those ages 25 and older. In 2012, this gap remains stubbornly high. This turnout levels at 41 to 65% respectively. If young adults were well informed about current issues going on around the world, the future of society can continue to present their ideas and keep up the foundations of democracy on which our country was founded on. Young Americans should especially feel hurt because many members of the government are not recognizing their potential to make a difference in their communities due to them not being educated enough on a controversial issue to take a stand. The value of citizenship can allow young Americans to feel proud to live in our country and the freedoms that we have. Another point on the value of citizenship is that it enables everyone, everywhere, to take a stand. In fact, never backing down from a challenge is a perfect example of how to express your First Amendment right to freedom of speech. A civil rights documentary that shows the impact the civil rights movement had on the people of downtown St. Augustine in the 1960s and how they practiced their First Amendment right is one example. In the documentary, Dare Not Walk Alone, it shows that the civil rights protests that occurred in the historical district of downtown St. Augustine, Florida. The innocent African Americans would peacefully march down King Street, and they were brutally attacked by the police. They were only practicing their First Amendment right to protest, and this kind of publicity helped lead to the passage of the Civil Rights Act. This shows citizens should stand up, and eventually they will succeed. Furthermore, standing up for what you believe in is a key component to the value of citizenship, because people will be inspired by what you have said, and they will follow you. According to the Last Days of Socrates, Socrates argues, "Is there anyone on earth, Meletus, who believes in the existence of humans, but not in the existence of humans?" Socrates said that he never wanted to be a teacher, but people followed him by choice. This demonstrates a trend in popular culture that humans follow. From ancient Greece to modern-day United States of America, there have been influential people that have always questioned people in higher power. Some examples of this include the colonists in the American Revolution, the Americans in the War of 1812, and the soldiers in the Civil War. People will come out inspired and follow an influential individual who questions authority. Never backing down from a challenge is vital to citizenship because it is what keeps the foundation of democracy in check. To sum up, the value of citizenship is vital to everyone. Being a gadfly allows for people to seek truth. Being an informed, well-educated about events can allow people to make decisions based on critical thinking skills, especially for young voters, since we are the future of this country. And never stepping down from a challenge can allow for dreams to become realities, and we can make a difference in the world. The value of citizenship can allow us to preserve democracy. Citizens in America need to realize that government will take advantage of society if the basic rights given in the Constitution are taken for granted. If people in the United States can follow these examples, then society can continue to flourish. Thank you.